Welcome to the It Factor. We're Jemmy and Nye exploring a new blog post by Mr. Len Kaplan, CEO of CDML and MSP in Queens, NY, offering network management, VoIP, that's VoIP for voice over IP, and UCAS, Unified Communications as a Service, cybersecurity, compliance, IaaS, infrastructure as a service, cloud and Microsoft 365 and Azure solutions. If you're a small business owner or manage IT for a growing organization, this deep dive is for you. Our mission today is really to unpack the critical insights from Mr. Len Kaplan's article. It's called When Your Gmail Inbox and Calendar Become Cyber Weapons, New Gemini Exploits You Need to Know About. And look, this isn't just, another phishing scam we're talking about. This deep dive is focused on understanding a genuinely new, really stealthy kind of cyber threat, one that actually bypasses a lot of the usual defenses, and maybe more importantly, what its expanding reach means for your business, especially now with AI becoming so central.
Exactly. And what's, well, fascinating and honestly a bit unsettling about what Mr. Kaplan discusses, these aren't just theoretical risks anymore. Security researchers have actually shown real-world exploits using these exact methods. So the goal here isn't panic, obviously, but to equip you, give you that crucial actionable knowledge so you can, proactively protect your whole digital setup. It was about being informed and strategically ready for what's next in cybersecurity.
Okay, let's dive into that central discovery from Mr. Len Kaplan's article then, because it reveals something pretty unsettling. Imagine, like your most trusted digital assistant, the tool meant to make life easier, being secretly turned against your business. The article shows how hackers can embed hidden instructions right inside your Gmail messages, even Google Calendar invites. And it's not just a clever trick, it kind of forces a rethink on security when the helper itself is the weak spot.
Right, and here's where it gets really interesting almost. Yeah, mind-bending. These attacks are called prompt injection. So the malicious text, the bad instructions, they're hidden deep inside the HTML code. The stuff behind the scenes of a normal-looking email or invite. And we're not talking obvious things. Mr. Kaplan's article mentions some super sneaky tricks like using white text on a white background, or characters that are literally zero size, totally invisible, or even just burying instructions in the code comments that programmers use. The really crucial point here, the big shift, is that you, as a person looking at the screen, you completely miss it. You just see the nice visual layout.
But Google's Gemini AI, when it processes that email or invite, it looks at the raw data underneath, and it sees those hidden bits as direct commands.
Yeah, and connecting that to the bigger picture, the really insidious nature of this is what sets it apart. The reason this fools the AI, but not us visually, is that these large language models like Gemini, they're designed to process all the text input. Hidden characters, code comments, everything. They don't just see the visual layer like we do. They interpret that raw underlying data. So unlike, say, traditional phishing, where you might hover over a link or spot a weird attachment, with these prompt injections, there's often nothing suspicious to see on the surface. The bad code just hides in plain sight, basically exploiting the AI's helpful nature. It's a totally different attack vector, a kind of digital Trojan horse, you could say, where the assistant becomes an unwitting accomplice.
So what could actually happen? What might Gemini be tricked into doing that hurts your business? Well, imagine it gets prompted to call fake help numbers, and those numbers then try to scam sensitive info out of your employees. Or it could maybe direct users to really sophisticated phishing sites, ones that perfectly mimic your bank or key software vendors. Even scarier, maybe it could be coerced into sending sensitive files straight out of your Google Drive. Think client contracts, financial records, sending them right to an attacker.
Right.
And yeah, with everything connected now, it could potentially even manipulate smart devices connected to your account, maybe subtly changing network settings, opening a back door.
It really escalates things. It's not just an annoyance. It's a potential gateway right into your core systems.
And this is becoming a bigger deal, you were saying, because Gemini's reach is expanding.
Exactly. That's a key point Mr. Kaplan highlights in his article. Just over the past month or so, Google has pushed Gemini much deeper into Android itself. It's getting integrated with messaging apps, search, smart device controls, even core system settings. So it's not just some optional feature sitting in your email anymore. It's becoming, really embedded in the fabric of your devices and how you work.
Okay, so what are the direct consequences then? For a small business, what does that broader integration actually mean in terms of risk?
Well, the article points out several critical things. First, it means a significantly broader attack surface. Gemini can now touch multiple apps and services. So a vulnerability in one spot could potentially ripple across your whole digital landscape.
Right, makes sense.
Second, it gives attackers a much stronger foothold on your device. This allows for what security folks call lateral movement, moving deeper into sensitive data, your cloud storage, connected systems. Think about your CRM data, invoicing systems, proprietary project files. If Gemini has access, a successful injection means an attacker might get access too.
Wow.
And third, and this is huge for small businesses, cross-platform leverage. Many businesses, maybe most, use the same Google account for everything.
Yeah. Documents, chat, calls, storage, email, calendar.
Exactly. So one compromised account, maybe through just one hidden prompt in an email, can have this really wide-ranging, potentially devastating impact across your entire operation. When AI has that much reach, even a tiny crack you can't even see can lead to really big problems for a small business.
Okay, so that sounds like a fundamental shift. What makes these attacks so different from, the usual cybersecurity threats we try to train people about?
Well, as Mr. Kaplan's article details, the core difference is this.
Yeah.
Prompt injections don't rely on you, the user, making a mistake. You don't have to click a bad link or download a malicious file or fall for a deceptive email visually.
Uh-huh.
They rely entirely on the AI following instructions. Instructions it's been given secretly, often invisibly. It's just a completely different threat model we're looking at.
So it bypasses our human skepticism.
Entirely. You literally don't see the malicious prompt, so how can you be suspicious of it?
Good point.
And on top of that, your standard spam filters, your traditional antivirus tools, they might completely miss these. They aren't really designed to scan email, HTML, or calendar code for hidden commands. They're looking for known malware signatures, suspicious links, things like that. These attacks exploit the AI's helpfulness, its core programming, not necessarily a technical bug you need to patch or a mistake you need to avoid. And for small business owners, understanding that difference is just crucial. This isn't just about more user training in the old sense. It's about the systems design and the integrity of the AI itself. It challenges the trust we place in these helpful tools.
Okay, this sounds pretty concerning, especially since, as you mentioned, there isn't just an easy off switch for Gemini in most modern Android setups. So what can businesses actually do? Mr. Len Kaplan's article offers some practical steps, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's about being proactive and reducing the risk where you can.
Okay, so first up, he strongly recommends reviewing critical emails and calendar invites manually, meaning take a moment, actually scan the content yourself, especially if it looks like it contains a command or an unusual request. Don't just rely on the AI summary. Think of it like a quick human double check.
Good practice.
Second, the article suggests disabling or limiting Gemini's integration with your most sensitive apps and smart devices wherever possible. This is about segmentation, right? Reducing the potential blast radius. If Gemini doesn't absolutely need access to your accounting software or your office smart locks, then restrict that permission.
Makes sense. Limit the potential damage.
Third, and this feels really vital for any team using AI tools, train your employees to treat AI-generated insights as starting points, not as unquestionable truth.
Oh, crucial.
Encourage that healthy skepticism. If an AI summary tells them to do something odd or an AI search suggests a weird action, they should stop and verify it independently. It's about building a culture of critical thinking, not just blind trust in the tech.
Absolutely. Human oversight is key.
And finally, a really practical step. Segment your business and personal Google accounts. Use different accounts for work stuff versus personal stuff. It might seem like a bit of a hassle, but it creates a really important barrier. If your personal account somehow gets compromised, it won't automatically impact your sensitive business data and systems. It helps break that cross-platform leverage we talked about.
Right, these steps, the ones from Mr. Kaplan's article you've laid out, they're really about empowerment. You might not be able to switch the AI off completely, but you can definitely turn this knowledge into real impactful actions. Diligence, continuous awareness. That's really key here. It's about building a proactive defense that acknowledges how threats are changing. Asking yourself, okay, what if my helpful AI assistant is secretly being manipulated?
So for businesses that maybe feel a bit overwhelmed by these kinds of new invisible threats, how can an MSP like CDML specifically help tackle these AI-driven challenges? What do professional safeguards look like?
Well, CDML, as an MSP focused on this space, offers several specific services mentioned in the article designed exactly for these AI threats. They focus heavily on hardening your Google Workspace settings. And this isn't just ticking a few boxes. It's about really fine-tuning permissions and configurations to limit the opportunities for prompt injection and unauthorized AI access in the first place. Getting granular control over how Gemini interacts with your data.
Okay, so tightening things up technically.
Right. And then there's continuous monitoring for any suspicious account or device activity. Because these attacks are so stealthy, Sometimes the first sign is just unusual AI behavior or unexpected data movement. Proactive monitoring helps spot those anomalies early, hopefully before significant damage occurs. They also conduct strategic permission audits.
Audits.
Yeah, basically reviewing exactly what Gemini and other tools have permission to access. This is critical to prevent AI tools from having access to high-risk systems or sensitive data they don't strictly need. It's the principle of least privilege applied to AI.
Got it. Only give it the keys it absolutely needs.
Precisely. And finally, a really important piece is employee training. But not just the standard don't click phishing links training. It's specialized training to help your team recognize and respond specifically to AI-assisted attacks. Understanding the subtle signs that an AI-generated message might be acting on a hidden command, or how to critically evaluate AI outputs before acting.
That makes sense. It all ties together. That's why Mr. Len Kaplan's article concludes with that strong message. With the right security partner, you can keep AI as a helpful tool, not an unguarded back door. It's about managing the power, not just being scared of it.
Yeah, and if you pull back for a second, email hacks, calendar exploits, they've always been dangerous for businesses, right?
Sure.
But Gemini's expanding role deep inside Android, it really elevates the risk. That hidden line of code, totally invisible to you, tucked inside a routine message, it's no longer just a nuisance. It's a potential gateway,
Yep.
a direct path into your entire digital ecosystem, your data, your reputation, your business continuity. You really have to consider what that means.
So the takeaway for you listening right now, the call to action from the article is clear. Act now to close that gateway before attackers step through it. Really think about the implications of these unseen AI vulnerabilities for your own business operations. And hey, if you found this deep dive useful, please do click that thumbs up button. It helps us know what kind of topics are hitting home. Till next time.